Hello artists, I'm going to be showing you how you can make some rainbow-ish trees with chalk and charcoal. So this might seem a little strange at first, but I think you might enjoy it. Chalk is such a nice art material because it allows for blending. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a horizon line, and of course I'm not going to be able to do mine very well because you're not here just to sit there and watch me make art. I'm going to lay some color down and then blend in another green, or I don't have any other green, so I'm going to use yellow to make a green. Because if you blend yellow with green, you'll make a new limey green. And then making sure I pay attention to where I drag my fingers, I can blend those colors right in. So your fingers are going to get dirty, so I like to have a damp paper towel next to me when I use chalk. The next thing I'm going to do is actually the foliage on the trees. And again, I'm going to do mine in rainbow order. So I'm just going to go ahead and line them all up so I know what is what. Okay, I'm just doing the secondary and primary colors. And actually, I like to start in the middle instead of on the ends. So I'm going to start with yellow. My next tree will be green. Now these trees are going to have some jazzing up, so pay attention, folks, because this is some boring looking trees right now. See, by starting in the middle, I was able to know how much space I have. Okay, now I can jazz these trees up because that looks terrible. So I'm gonna put a little, for example, we're gonna work on my orange tree, and I'm gonna put a little bit of red on one side, a little bit of yellow on one side, using my finger. Think about where you wanna put it because you don't wanna just spoosh it all over the place. I'm gonna go ahead and clean my finger off. And then on my yellow, I'm kind of just using the colors right next to it, just using a little orange and a little green, because that's the colors that it's next to. But keeping it mostly yellow. You can even blend them in a little bit. That's no problem. They can overlap. Trees do that. I'm gonna bring in this other blue. Well, I've got it. Put some right here. Put some right here too. Keep all of your colors because you can always add more. Maybe you're like, I want more blue. Okay. You might have to go over to the trash can after you get this far to tap it. I'm going to do that so you can see what I've got so far. I tapped all the dust away. And so far, that is what my trees look like. But again, I'm going to add more. So the last thing we're going to add is the stems, which seems crazy. But let me go ahead and add the sky real fast. For the sky, I'm going to use a lighter blue. And I'm going to leave some patches where I don't color in. Why? I hope you're thinking maybe there's gonna be clouds. I even have a lighter blue so I can make more interest by adding more color. Okay, and then again, I'll go ahead and blend it in. Now again, mine's going super duper fast. Take your time. I'm glad that I did that. I add some texture in the sky. It doesn't even look like clouds. I can leave some clouds by just kind of avoiding some areas so they become more white. Be careful not to squish the edges of your trees into your sky. Go to say that again, folks. Don't squish the edges of your trees into your sky. So kind of be careful about where the edge of the tree is versus the edge of your sky. Okay. And you can go back and you could add more color. Again, use the colors that you have. Make it more interesting than just plain. Layering color. Okay, so again, mine needs more work. I need to go back and forth, adding more details. Some you don't have to blend in as much as others. If you want it to be darker, leave it darker. Just blend lightly. Okay, so let's say though that I like the way my trees are going so far. Now I can go back with my black, and you're definitely not going to blend this. This is the very last step. You're going to add the trunk. So it's a little bit thicker at the bottom, and maybe have a couple slight branches come off. I'm pressing pretty good because I want it to be nice and dark. Trying not to smoosh it. Some tiny branches. Again, I wish I went back and forth and made my trees bolder. Something like that. And don't forget to add a little bit of a shadow, folks. I could have done this in black. Another option, I could have done it in dark green. Charcoal does not blend as well as chalk, but it sure does blend. Do you see the way I kind of just put it to one side and then I'm blending it down? All right, everybody. I hope to see some beautiful wild landscapes today. Happy arting.